So we were always like, are we too connected? Are we too vibing? What's happening?
Just keep restraint.
Yeah, just do a little bit of restraint.
You're a nice guy, you know? You're just such a nice guy. You're
so nice.
The nicest guy.
So funny.
Like, he's funny from a deep, deep place of insecurity and like ego.
Are we getting a sequel to It Ends With Us?
I would love to do it.
I mean, if Colleen has her rights, I'll go anywhere. I'll follow this woman anywhere.
Y'all heard her.
I'm going to be showing you new evidence, new footage that shows how Ryan Reynolds was jealous, insecure, and controlling over Blake Lively, all because of her chemistry on camera with Justin Baldoni. Blake is no victim though. She lied to Ryan and blamed the whole thing on Justin Baldoni, saying that he overstepped in intimate scenes, when everyone knows in reality she was in charge of directing all those scenes. Legal disclaimer: since Ryan is sending out cease and desist to TikTokers, I'm just a guy reacting to stuff I find on the internet. Everything in this video is just alleged, rumors, gossip, opinions of others. None of this is fact. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. Ryan Reynolds called Justin's personal agent and told him that Justin is a deranged predator and that he should not attend his own premiere on August 6th. Then at the Deadpool premiere, he told another agency executive that Justin was a predator again. Ryan then asked Justin to put out a public apology, stating that everything that went wrong on set was his fault. But before I get into the juicy new details when it comes to It Ends With Us, we have to roll back the clock to show you Ryan has always been jealous, insecure, and controlling when it comes to women that he dated in the industry. Ryan was married to Scarlett Johansson from 2008 to 2011. Ryan reportedly cheated on her with Blake Lively while they were filming Green Lantern in 2010.
It was hard not to love the movie because you guys are so beautiful to watch that I was just like,
well, hello. Everyone gains 10 points next to her. You go out. No, that's all you get today, though.
Ryan knows how being romantic with someone on set could lead to more. That's why he was worried about Justin and Blake, but more on that later.
I've seen her go into a rage spiral. Oh my God. You have a bodyguard? Wow.
I'm a huge deal.
Yeah, man.
Rumors are Scarlett would come to the set, they would have big arguments and stuff like that because she knew something was going on. Aside from that, Ryan was jealous and upset that Scarlett was blowing up during that time with the Avengers, Iron Man 2, and she had plenty of opportunities making more money than him, and he wanted a stay-at-home wife.
When we were talking about Scarlett and it kept saying, like, you know, that he is controlling and that he doesn't let her act and he picks out what she wears and all that stuff, like, and now I like can't stop thinking about it because it's like so true.
Now that's interesting because Justin said Blake ordered all the wardrobe to come directly to her house so she could try on the clothes before she would go on set. It looks like Ryan didn't want her trying on clothes in front of anyone. In 2010, Ryan was Sexiest Man Alive and Scarlett was Babe of the Year. He didn't like that too much. Blake and her don't like each other, and Scarlett actually talked bad about Ryan, pretty much implicating he was the reason that the marriage ended.
We were married. We weren't married very long. I wasn't comfortable setting my own boundaries. I didn't know what I wanted, but like what I needed from somebody else. I never realized, oh, it's really important for me. I need to be with a compassionate person. That's like a fundamental characteristic that it has to be there.
And guess who just so happens to be producing Scarlett Johansson's first movie where she's the director? You guessed it, Justin Baldoni, through his company, Wayfarer Studios, who also made It Ends With Us. Now, in an article talking about her divorce, she focused on the things that men can't do around her. She doesn't like jealousy, passive aggressiveness, insecurity, and controlling behavior. Now, she's obviously referring to Ryan here because in 2009 and 10, she did a play on Broadway where she was the love interest of two different men, and it was a play on stage in front of people. So you know Ryan was calling and bugging her every day because he's insecure.
8 times a week, I'm gonna get to fall in love with Scarlett. You know, it's hard. I'm working on it. I don't quite know how to get in there, but
Some days are violent, some days are tender.
Tender.
It's true.
Sexy.
Some days are sexy.
Miller wrote in all those contradictions. He wrote in all that mystery. He wrote in all that sex stuff and all that.
Did you say vulnerable?
Vulnerable.
Oh, vulnerable, sorry.
Yes. What
Because the play also makes you feel vulnerable. Vulnerable.
At times.
Funny how Ryan's wife is here talking about things being sexy as a play on stage, and there's no problem. But when Justin does it with Blake on a film, It's harassment. Ryan didn't want Blake doing any big movies with famous people because she hooked up with him on set, and she previously hooked up with Ben Affleck when they were doing this movie called The Town. Word around town was that Blake would hook up with anyone to get up the ladder, and other actresses didn't like her because she got moved up ahead of them when she had less talent. She was very close with Harvey Weinstein, if you know him at the time. He was close with Diddy and Jay-Z. We know they got their own issues, and he was good friends with Leonardo DiCaprio, who also dated Blake. But let's move on to how Ryan got Blake off of Gossip Girl so that she could be a stay-at-home wife.
He would like her with him at all times and even tried to get her out of the contract on her show. So there were a lot of rumors that Blake wanted off of Gossip Girl because Ryan did not like her on Gossip Girl.
I'm sure the reason Ryan wanted to get her off that show as quick as possible is because she dated Penn Badgley for 3 years, who's her co-star, and she has to kiss on camera all the time, and I know he didn't like that. Since it's most likely that Blake cheated on Penn with Ryan wanted to make sure that she worked as little as possible, since she did hook up with multiple men that she shared an on-screen romance with. That's where this jealousy and insecurity towards Justin Baldoni comes, and I'll get to that in a second. If you look at Blake's career since she married Ryan, it's clear he's been making choices for her. She's only been in about 8 films in 13 years, and a lot of those are action thrillers. None of them worked, and the only successful film that she's done is It Ends With Us, and it's the only one that's a romantic drama. If you saw the film, you could tell that Justin and Blake had chemistry. There was a lot of intense passion in a lot of the scenes, and even Ryan will tell you, chemistry is everything.
You know, we actually got a chance to kind of read together a little bit before when we were trying to figure out who's playing what and all that stuff, and we just had chemistry, and chemistry really genuinely is one of the few things in film that you can't just invent or create. It's either there or it's not.
During the filming, all their communication and voice notes, messages would seem like they got along great. Even in the leaked raw footage from the film, it seems like they're actually good friends, joking and laughing with each other.
Oh my gosh, we don't shut up.
And Emily and I have we have these moments where
Staring. You just stare.
Literally we've done it for like 5 minutes. it's like, I think you would find it terrifying. We just literally look at each other and time.
I'm a sociopath.
And time stops.
Yeah.
But that's just how it's been for us from the beginning.
No, we're like, oh my god, there's.
I also find it funny that in 2010 on Green Lantern, Blake and Ryan filmed the exact same scene in a bar, doing the exact same thing as her and Justin, and they're talking during the slow motion because this is the way that Ryan wanted it done. And they copy the exact same scene. It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. You know the rest. Let's start at the beginning so you can see how Ryan's insecurity and jealousy reached the all-time high when he decided to take control of Justin's movie.
I flew to New York and had like a 3-hour meeting with Blake. And we kind of joked about how long the meeting was. Right afterwards, I just said, "You are Lily. I'd be so honored if you would consider it."
So Ryan let her take the film because he never read the book, and it was going to be filming in New Jersey. They have a New York penthouse, so it was easy back and forth. He would have her close, and he could always check on what she's doing. Problem started when Blake asked to rewrite a scene for the movie on a rooftop, but in reality, as she admitted, Ryan was the one that actually rewrote the scene, not Blake.
The iconic rooftop scene in this movie, my husband actually wrote it. Nobody knows that, but you now. But he wrote it. He works on everything I do.
Blake contradicts herself right here because she brought Justin over to their penthouse to see what he thought about the scene, and he said Taylor and Ryan were so excited and they were hoping that he would keep it in the film, but in reality, Ryan wrote the whole thing and she just admitted it. She took absolutely no credit. So in Justin's lawsuit, he repeatedly said that Blake would change scenes, take out scenes, and change intimate scenes to what she thought was better for the character, but in reality, Ryan was the one changing everything behind the scenes and making her implement them because that's what he was comfortable with. Even so, that he did not read the book and did not know what scenes were to come, that they asked Justin to send them the script file so that they could read the rest of the movie and change things as they saw fit. Producers on the movie every day were arguing with Justin, asking why is Blake rewriting every single day, every scene? But Blake and Justin's relationship was great, amazing. They laughed, they joked, constantly talking with no issues. Things only changed when Ryan showed up to the set and saw something he didn't like. Rumors are Ryan showed up on set and wanted to see the video dailies of what they shot because he saw Blake talking with Justin about his dad's passing, along with romantic scenes that made him crazy jealous. He did not like how personal and close Blake and Justin were getting. Then during the writer's strike break, footage was leaking that fans filmed of them while they were filming the movie, and this made Ryan even more upset, which made him ask Blake to ask Justin to send over the daily so he could examine everything that was being filmed to make sure that they weren't getting too close. Keep in mind, Blake has never asked to see daily footage clips of any film she's ever been in. This has never been reported. No actress has ever done this. It was definitely Ryan's doing. And Justin, being a nice guy that he was, and he liked Blake a lot, he said yes. Blake even texted Justin asking if any other producers or anybody has seen the clips, which why would an actress care if the producers of the film are seeing the product that they're paying for? It's clear Ryan's insecurities were making her ask for the daily clips. He wanted to see everything. As everyone knows, after the writer's strike, Justin's team got an email from Blake's team with 17 new list of requirements that needed to be signed off on for her to return to production. This came as a shock to Justin and the team because they were great with Blake the entire time and couldn't understand where this came from when they told her yes to everything she asked for. Now, by no means am I calling Blake the victim and saying she had nothing to do with this. Ryan went through Blake's text messages and was very jealous about what he saw between Blake and Justin, the back and forth and how they got along so well and everything they talked about. Obviously, Blake, to save herself, had to turn the whole thing around and say that Justin was being inappropriate and she didn't know how to handle it. That's where Ryan stepped in and took things to the next level, which would explain why Ryan and Blake suddenly wanted somebody present during all of Blake's scenes for the second half of production. She couldn't film anything without supervision. That's ridiculous because we know she lied about saying there was no intimacy coordinator on set. She only said that to cover her back because Ryan saw the footage and realized Blake was kissing and being all over him and there was nobody stopping her. This according to the Justin Baldoni lawsuit, where he states that Blake went for more kisses and did extra stuff intimacy wise that wasn't in the script, and he has the video footage, the dailies, to prove it. Then we get to Ryan trolling Justin Baldoni on his movie Deadpool and Wolverine, which this might cost him $100 million because Disney was ready to bring him back for 2 or 3 more films, but now you put Kevin Feige in a tough position because Marvel's like, we can't give you any more control. You used our film to mock another person. Even Blake Lively's sister's husband seemed to make a comment implicating Justin Baldoni as Nice Pool. Ryan's comedy comes from insecurity and jealousy, and mocking Justin like he did in this film is his way of being funny.
And he is the exact kind of guy that's like he's funny from a deep place of insecurity and like ego.
And we know everybody's came out with the scenes and the tweets about how he's mocking Justin in different ways without actually saying his name.
I'd be fighting alongside them, but my calling is to one day host a podcast that monetizes the women's movement.
So how come Ryan doesn't have any problems with the other love interest in the film, Brandon?
What made it so easy to fall in love on screen?
I couldn't tell you. I mean, we didn't really talk about it.
Tell her.
I mean, I could tell you it's...
You could say like really nice things.
I'm just a really good actor.
Brandon's not the type of guy that likes to talk a lot. He just does what he's told and follows suit, as opposed to Justin, who's the opposite and is constantly talking to Blake. He was being sweet to her, understanding, praising her talent, and constantly looking for her approval. And Blake was always also complimenting Justin back. Not to mention Justin leaving her voice notes at 2 a.m. Not to take Ryan's side, but I don't think any husband would be okay with receiving a message like that, especially the way that Justin spoke, and it sounded like he was trying to sound extra sexy, or he could be tired because it's 2 a.m. But it wasn't a good move for Justin. Here's just a quick reminder.
Hey, Blake. It is 2 in the morning. Hopefully this does not wake you up. Whew. Wow. There's so much I want to say to you, and I hope that we can FaceTime or see each other in person soon. And
you've heard the rest, and he was saying sorry about how he didn't use everything she wrote for the rooftop scene, which actually she admitted Ryan wrote. So I don't think he said anything flirty or inappropriate, but realistically he's talking to her like this because he's comfortable with her, knowing that they both have significant others and they're working on this project together. Brandon had to play his part because he knows Blake and Ryan are the bigger stars and they have more reach and connected to more people. I think Brandon just went with the winning side, and even on interviews with Blake, he doesn't praise her as much. He keeps silent, stays in a corner, and doesn't try to pick sides.
Like my address or my phone number or like my location share.
Believe in romance. I think that like Baz Luhrmann and I are probably the two people who love romance more than anyone ever. To me, I always just like in the car on the way to work, no matter what I'm feeling, I'm like multifaceted. So there's such complexities to the relationships around her that you really...
Blake could have hit him with the same thing she hit Justin, saying she's Khaleesi, Ryan and Taylor are her 2 dragons. If you like me, they like you, everybody wins. And he went along with it because Blake even commented supporting him as the future Batman. Then of course he posted supporting her lawsuit against Justin. It seems like Blake flirts with every romantic co-star she has in a film, and I think Ryan knows this, and it's pretty obvious on interviews. But Brandon wouldn't give in, and I think that's why Ryan liked him.
Brandon almost became my new dad last night. My mother-in-law was like, he is so handsome. I couldn't. 1923.
She will be fighting my mom.
I mean, it's been a trip.
We're gonna go to Book Bonanza. You should come. And he was like, I'm in Joshua Tree. And I was like, I'm picking you up. It was like short of like duct tape in a trunk. Like,
Yeah. I find it way easier to look at myself when I'm acting.
The example of Atlas.
That's where I was going.
Yeah,
like,
sorry.
And
I got excited.
if Atlas.
He said, that's where I'm going, Blake. I was excited because he's, yeah, okay.
And if you see yourself in Atlas,
Now, I don't think Brandon's totally a bad guy because when given the opportunity, he did speak nicely of Justin a little bit.
He was great. I mean, he did a really good job at balancing being both, you know, a lead actor in the film and then being a director and a producer. And honestly, the entire crew that he assembled was just so incredible. I mean, everybody in this film was just on the top of their game. It was a really pleasant.
And sadly, I don't think Brandon knew that Ryan Reynolds was trolling Justin Baldoni in this fake interview skit they did. He probably thought it was a funny joke to promote the movie, but in reality, everything Ryan said is targeted at Justin and is made to make fun of Justin as if he was speaking to him.
I got it right here. I'm gonna get right to it. How do you explain that?
We know this was a dig at Justin as well because he posted working out on TikTok, doing squats, and Blake actually left a comment on this, and that's what he's referring to with that.
It's some sort of like low angle squat routine. It reminds me of when I went on that meth journey. Confront my inner child.
Again, Ryan attacking Justin because he always talks about his inner child, his inner trauma from when he was young.
And find compassion and grace and love and hold that little boy that maybe said the thing that he shouldn't have said, or maybe reacted in a way that he shouldn't have, or maybe, barked at somebody when he could have been more patient, and give that little boy the love that he didn't get when he was that age.
And it wasn't a meth journey. I think you mean like ayahuasca, South American plant known for its medicinal benefits. Definitely not meth.
This could be a dig at Justin always posting about being on a spiritual journey, which meth and ayahuasca are known to open you up spiritually.
Ryan?
Yep.
You want to take a break?
From Blake? Sure.
Another dig from Blake's lawsuit here is where she mentioned that Jamie Heath, who's Justin's friend, would hug too long to the women on set.
Did you know that Ryan lost his father in 2015?
Like we heard from rumors that Ryan walked in on them and they were talking about his late dad, and then it's also allegedly said that they went through text messages where Justin was also talking about Ryan's late dad with Blake.
So listen, I've just got one question. What the hell are you doing messing with my best buddy's wife?
I want to say Hugh Jackman didn't know they were openly mocking Justin Baldoni in this sketch, but what they did next was again exaggerate how nice Justin is and how it's connected to this nice pool character.
Jawline. Is the way he finds the light?
No. It's like the light finds him. It just like
finds him. That's exactly right.
That's it. I was expecting not to like him.
Oh, yeah.
But he is so nice.
The nicest guy.
So
Everyone says
funny,
you're nice, but
charming,
he's-
kind.
Yeah.
What a wonderful guy.
The lengths that Ryan has taken to ruin Justin Baldoni's name screams that this is far more important than just some film rights. Yes, Ryan tried to buy him out, but he said no. They're trying to get him on a morality clause with this harassment. As Justin continues to release more text messages and voice memos, you're gonna see that they got along amazing and nobody ever complained about any harassment, so that's getting thrown out. Justin's career would be over if he was liable for harassment. We all know that, but Ryan hated him so much he didn't even let Blake say Justin's name in any interview.
I think it was actually interesting because our director also plays my other love interest, and so I think when we were in scenes together, he was like, "Whoa, you seem like you're in love with him." I'm like, "Yeah, it's Atlas." Like, yeah. He's like, but you seem like you're in love with him, but you love Ryle. And I was like, no, I also love Ryle, but like I really love Atlas. He's like, but you love Ryle. And I was like, wait, I'm sorry. Wait. And so that was always an interesting dynamic when you have somebody who's playing the character also being the one like looking at the movie. So we were always like, are we too connected? Are we too vibing?
Yeah.
But she loves Ryle. He's the best. I mean, she loves Atlas.
Blake getting a little flabbergasted. She said they were vibing too much. After seeing the daily footage and the text message between them, I think it was clear Ryan said, stop all communication. You're not allowed to say his name or be seen in public. I never want you to see him again. And in exchange, she said, okay, well, give me the rights to the movie because I want to make part 2. And here we are. Ryan also got Justin dropped by his talent agency, which happens to be the same agency that represents him and Blake Lively. WME says Ryan and Blake didn't make them do anything, but who drops a client after their biggest, most successful financial film of their career? Aside from getting the entire cast of this movie to unfollow Justin, he also got his friend and co-host of his podcast to unfollow Justin and follow Blake and Ryan. It's insane. This video's gone way too long. It's 20 minutes. I got a lot more to say, so I'll leave it for the next one. Follow, subscribe, leave me a comment, tell me what you think. Remember, everybody's innocent until proven guilty. All this is rumors, gossip. We're just talking about everything on the internet, and I'll see you tomorrow.